Hello, my name is Masha, and today I want to show you the bracelets that I made in July, as well as discuss the results of my competition and announce a new challenge for the month of August. There are timestamps in the description if you are interested in a specific section. You can skip to that. That way you don't have to listen to bits that you aren't particularly interested in, and I also don't feel guilty about talking about them. Let's discuss the competition first. If you weren't aware, for the past couple of months over the summer, I was running a competition over on my Discord server, the link to which is in the description, and the competition was run in 3 rounds. There was a separate theme for the individual rounds, and then at the end of each round there was a voting stage in which you guys also voted on who the winners of that round was going to be. We ended up with 9 winners, 6 of which I have already shown you, and today I want to show you the 3 winners for the last and final round of the competition. So the final round had the theme of abstract, and the bracelet had to have some kind of embellishment, be that beads, embroidery, a special shape, anything that really comes to mind. It just had to be something different to stand out from regular patterns. And following a vote by you guys, you came up with 3 winners. So on first place we have this beautiful bracelet, very well deserved. In fact, I don't think I've ever really seen a bracelet that has such an extreme zigzag to it. And I think that the zigzag in this case perfectly complements the pattern itself, and the colors were also very well chosen. Beautiful design, beautiful submission, and congratulations on getting first place of round 3. Next up, we've got this gorgeous bracelet. I love this bracelet. I love the concept. I love the fact that it's curved at the sides. I love the fact that it transitions into a completely different style and technique in the middle. I think it complements each other very well, and I love the colors as well. Very well deserved. Congratulations on second place. And in third place, we have this beautiful bracelet. I absolutely love this as well. I love the concept. Very well made in the middle. In fact, I have no idea how to do that even. I'm pretty sure I've seen tutorials somewhere, but I personally don't know how to do that, and I think it looks stunning. I also very much have a thing for patterns like this and also rainbow string like this, so I really enjoyed this submission as well. Congratulations on winning third place. So huge congratulations to the winners of the third round of my competition, as well as to all of the winners of the previous rounds as well. A huge thank you to everyone who participated. I had an amazing time looking at all your submissions, and I hope you enjoyed this as well. I saw some of your messages saying that you didn't want it to end, and honestly, I didn't want it to end either, but I need to draw the line somewhere. I can't keep doing this forever, but I am definitely going to do more competitions in the future. They might be on Discord as well, they might be on Instagram. Either way, the link to my Discord server is in the description if you want to join. It's a really fun place to be and to discuss bracelets with fellow knotters. So this month, at the end of this video, in fact, I'm going to be announcing a challenge for the month of August. This is not a competition, you're not going to be winning anything in it, but it is a fun event that we can participate in together and just make bracelets together. Alright, that being said, let's talk about the bracelets that I made this month. I did not make many bracelets this month. In fact, I only really made 4. But nevertheless, they are bracelets that I very much enjoyed making, so let's talk about them. First up, we've got this bracelet. Now, this is a bracelet that I did in a video with my little sister Maya. We did a video where I couldn't see the pattern and she was trying to explain this pattern to me with words, and then I had to try to make this bracelet without being able to see the pattern. She knows nothing about bracelets. It was a fun experience. I'll leave that video linked in the card and in the description for you if you want to check it out. But despite the fact that it was kind of a mess while we were trying to do it, I did end up making a triangle start and end for the bracelet. I saw some comments about that. I sort of went back. I left a long bit of ties while I was making that bracelet, and then I went back and sort of knotted it upside down essentially to fill in that triangle start. And then I just did twisted ties at the end. It turned out to be a beautiful arrowhead pattern. Here is a bit of a closer view. If I had actually seen the pattern prior to making it, I probably would have chosen slightly different colors, but I do very much like the colors that I ended up choosing for it. I just think it's kind of funny that I probably wouldn't have chosen this color combination had I seen the pattern, but because I didn't see the pattern, I did, and I very much ended up liking it. So I think it's a cute little pattern, cute little bracelet. and I'm glad that I made it. But yeah, if you want to watch the video of the disaster of me beginning to make this bracelet without seeing the pattern, that is linked in the description. Alright, next up we've got this bracelet. Now this is a pattern that I've been wanting to try for a while now, and I've been sort of procrastinating on it for whatever reason, and finally I found string that I really wanted to try, and I decided to just go for it and make this bracelet. And I think that it turned out really nicely. I love the pattern and I love how it turned out. The string that I used for this one is this yarn art begonia. Don't know if I said that correctly. I got this when I was in Russia just about a month ago, and this was my first time using this string ever. It does produce slightly bigger knots than embroidery floss, but within a normal pattern I think that it turned out fine. You can't really tell that the knots are slightly bigger with it. And I kind of tried to compensate for that by making my knots a little tighter, but it did turn out fine, and I will be continuing to use this brand within my bracelets. If you want to hear me talk about this string a little bit more and show you the other strings that I got, I do have a whole video which I released when I came back from Masha showing you all the stuff that I bought. I'll leave that linked in the card and in the description as well. But I do very much enjoy the bracelet that came out of it, and I really like the color combination that I chose because this kind of reminds me of trees, I guess, and this kind of brown had like earthy tones to it, and I really do like how it turned out. I think it's really beautiful. Also, it's a longer pattern, so it really kept my interest while I was making it because I was really curious to see how it was going to turn out. I enjoy longer patterns more so than I enjoy short patterns, because short patterns you make really quickly and then you kind of see and you just have to repeat it over and over again. With long patterns, you get to see the design come out as you are making it, and I find that more interesting and captivating. Anyway, I like that bracelet. Next up, we've got this bracelet, which I love. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous design. If you remember a couple of months ago, maybe a year ago, I don't remember very well. It was sometime during lockdown. I made a rainbow alpha bracelet, which was entirely white and long, and it just had this one massive gradient. I'll leave that video linked in the description as well because I did a tutorial for it. But this is kind of a spin on that. This is the same concept, but obviously the main difference is that it's shaped, it's got kind of waves to it. And I think that it is absolutely beautiful. I love the wave concept. I love how it turned out. I would be curious to try and see this bracelet in more of a gradient because I basically chose the same colors and then I just did them over and over again, but you could do what I did with the previous rainbow bracelet that I did, in which you can also try to use scraps of string, which I did for this bracelet as well, but you can basically go from one color to a different color, like one huge gradient. You don't have to repeat the colors within each sort of bubble, I guess. You can go however you like, or it doesn't even have to be a gradient. Like, you can choose any color combination that you want and do this bracelet with that, and I think that that's really cool because it gives a lot of variety, and this is also a great bracelet to use scrap string in. I couldn't say that. Anyway, I really like this one. I think it turned out really cool, and this is what the back looks like if you are curious. Alright, and the final bracelet I have for you guys today is actually a repeat of a bracelet that I have already done. In fact, I did a million of these a while ago, but it is the daisy chain bracelet. My little cousin saw the daisy chain bracelets that I did a million of a couple of months back, and she loved them and she wanted me to recreate it for her, so I'm going to be sending this to her once I'm done. It was super quick and easy to make. I mean, I've made a million of these before, and every single time I say that it is super quick and fun and easy to make. So yeah, it turned out I did the same color that I already did because this is the one that she chose, and I do have a tutorial for this if you want to make this as well. I think it's really cute and summery, and I really like it, and I think it's beautiful. And this is what it looks like up close. You can also pull these apart to sort of make the bubbles a little bigger, but I haven't done that. Alright, so these are all the bracelets that I've made this month. Not too many, unfortunately, not too many. I have been very busy with work and also with a secret project that I'm working on in relation to my YouTube channel, and also videos after work. It's been a crazy schedule. I've only been doing this full-time job and juggling YouTube for 3 months now. I'm hitting the 3-month mark, and I still feel like it is just one big roller coaster. I don't know how to describe it. I am juggling a lot of things right now, so I haven't really been able to make as many bracelets as I would have hoped, which is sad, but I'm trying. I'm really trying. Anyway, let's talk about the challenge. So, the challenge of the month for the month of August. First of all, let me sort of talk about the rules a little bit because I haven't done these in a while. With the challenges, there is nothing to win. It is just a fun thing that we can do together. The challenges are run on Instagram, and you need to use 2 hashtags when you post a photo of your completed bracelet. The hashtags will be not with Masha and not with Masha org21. That way it helps me keep track. And then in next month's wrap up, I will choose a random selection of submissions from the challenge, and then I will share them on screen within the next month's wrap up. So for these challenges, sometimes I give a theme, sometimes I give a specific pattern. This time I'm going with a specific pattern, and the pattern will be the shaped rainbow bracelet, which doesn't have to be a rainbow. So as I said throughout the video today, I would very much like to see this pattern made in a different color combination, perhaps maybe something completely unrelated to rainbows, or maybe a gradient that goes from top to bottom, or maybe a gradient that goes into one color and then transitions back to the beginning color. There are so many possibilities. The background doesn't have to be black, the background can be any color. There are so many possibilities to do this bracelet with, and I think that that is fantastic. And it's also a great way to recycle scrap thread. So if you have any scrap thread lying around, then definitely raid it to see if you can come up with any cool color combinations to use in this design. The tutorial for this bracelet is linked in the card and in the description. Hopefully it's understandable. If you have any questions, definitely leave them there. I'm trying to answer as many as I can as always, but definitely submit a photo of the bracelet if you do end up making it, and use the hashtags not with Masha org21 on Instagram. Also tag me in the photo so I have an easier time finding it for when I'm going to be choosing submissions for the next wrap up. The next wrap up will come out sometime at the end of August. I'm not giving you a hard deadline for this because I have no idea when I'm actually going to be filming or editing, but your safest option is to submit before, let's say, August 26th, because that is probably like around 5 days before the end of the month when I'm going to be editing, but no hard deadlines for this one. Oh, also, you can also submit on my Discord server. I completely forgot to mention that. I did open that in the last challenge. If you don't have an Instagram account, you can also submit on my Discord server. Apologize, it's been a while since I've done these challenges. I forgot that I did that. So you can do that too as well if you don't have that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. It's a bit of a shorter one, although I did talk for 20 minutes, so maybe it wasn't really. But in any case, thank you so much for watching. Before I go, I want to give a special shout out to my patrons, and especially my top supporters whose names are going to appear on screen. Thank you so much for your support. I truly appreciate it. And if you also want to become a patron, there is a link in the description where you can sign up and get exclusive perks for your donations. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!